Greetings, my name is Pastor Iblis. In this video I am going to talk about a subject I've never talked about before because it makes me want to fucking puke. That being the subject of pedophilia, pedophiles, and sex offenders. I want to make my position on this real fucking clear right from the start. I don't give a fuck about the civil rights of pedophiles and sex offenders. As far as I am concerned, they should have no fucking rights. I am interested in the rights of children and victims, and ensuring that those who have offended do not get the chance to do it again. In this, I'm going to be playing segments from Badcop69's videos and responding to them on the different points that he raises, because I don't want to give him even the slightest chance of saying that he didn't say something.
On rare occasion, I actually have had a bisexual friend who is also into bestiality. I'm not trying to vouch for that at this particular point in time. That's another frameworking. That's probably a whole nother movement that I'm not ready to get into, sort of thing.
Let's be clear, Badcop69, on exactly what you are talking about with framework and movement. Because there are some that may look at that and romanticize those terms and be, "Oh, that sounds so nice." It doesn't sound nasty. When really what you're doing is you are advocating pedophilia. Because you state in this that you have a friend that is bisexual that's also into bestiality, and that you don't want to touch the bestiality thing because that would be a different frameworking and a different movement. So let's establish what a framework is. We can eliminate the first two in these because you're not building anything. We can eliminate the third one because this is not a written work. And that leaves us to the fourth one. A set of assumptions, concepts, values, and practices that constitute a way of viewing reality. Which means, by virtue of your building this frameworking, you have set up assumptions, concepts, values, and practices or behaviors that constitute a way of viewing reality, and that way is pedophilia. Then we have a movement. And there are multiple definitions of this that people can see before them. But what I want to draw your attention to, and everybody else's, is number 3, A and B. In a movement, a series of actions and events taking place over a period of time and working to foster a principle or policy, a movement towards peace, or a labor movement, or the Tea Party movement. And B, an organized effort by supporters of a common goal. So, Badcop69, it is safe to say, and it is accurate to say, you are a supporter of pedophiles. You are a supporter of pedophilia.
You know, this whole idea that saying that you're a pedophile, if you were a pedophile, means that your only sexual drive, that your only sexual interest, that your only ability is to go after children, does not fucking work from a sexuality standpoint.
I would love to know, Badcop69, where you're getting your definition of pedophile. Because the definition of it does not say anywhere in it an adult who is only attracted to sex with children. It doesn't have only. It has an adult who is sexually attracted to a child or children. This doesn't mean that that's their only sexual attraction. A lot of times it frankly is not, because a lot of pedophiles that do abuse children are married have children, and the children that they abuse are their children. So the idea that someone that is a pedophile would only be interested in children is frankly absurd. That doesn't even go by what the evidence that we have shows. So your entire framework falls apart. It's a house of fucking cards. It has nothing to do with what males can't control themselves sexually. That's not even the issue here, fuckwad. You're trying to mix up subjects in your frameworking. You make a framework to excuse pedophilia by distorting and bringing in shit that doesn't even relate.
The idea that you want to de-romanticize a situation. Because again, there are a lot of sexual perpetrators out there, sexual offenders, who are not pedophiles, who rape because of the reasons of raping, which we have found in recent times more often than not have absolutely fucking nothing to do with sexual desire or sexual drive.
No shit, Dick Tracy. The idea that rape is about sex is moronic. I don't know of anybody that actually has a brain cell in their fucking head that actually thinks rape is about sex. It's not. It's about power and control. That having been said, rape is not the issue here. Those who sexually abuse children that are not pedophiles is not the issue here. This subject is pedophiles, pedophilia. Perhaps you forgot what framework you're trying to work around. Or, oh, that's right, the framework you're making is one to promote pedophilia, to promote romanticizing sexual relationships between adults and children. There's nothing fucking romantic about an adult with a fucking child. You have to be goddamn sick to want to make a framework to romanticize an adult with a child. A child is innocent. A child is not mentally, emotionally, physically, or psychologically prepared for a romantic relationship. They are a fucking child. Why do assholes like you want to strip away a child's innocence and a child's childhood and shove romantic adult relationships on a child when they should just be left alone to be children? You people are fucking sick.
It kind of takes things away from being just a purely sexually driven, depraved thing that these people want to kind of get into. I'm not trying to advocate relationships at this point between children and grown adults. I'm just trying to say, if you're going to go after this, you need to take it on reality's terms. And oftentimes, a true pedophile, this is a lot of what is going on with them. It's not purely built around a frameworking of a sexual relationship. They want a little bit more than that at times. And thinking of it in terms of just breaking it down to, oh, they just want to have sex. They're sick individuals because they're sexualizing children and they're making sexual objects and sexually oppressing children with their minds. Again, I have problems with this.
I have no doubt, Badcop69, that you do have a problem with this. And that is pedophilia. Wanting to have a sexual relationship with a child. The idea that you actually think in your warped fucking head that you can make a framework that will make it sound like it is okay for an adult to be in a relationship with a child that would sometimes involve sex because that's just a bonus of that relationship. You're fucking sick. You are promoting child molestation. The idea that it's only a sometimes that happens. Newsflash, jackass! My relationship with my girlfriend, who is, by the way, the same age as me, which is 38. Actually, she's 39. But our relationship is more than sex. Sex is a bonus for us. That is called an adult relationship, not a child-adult relationship. There is no fucking reason for a child to be in a romantic type of relationship with an adult. A child is not mentally equipped to handle a romantic relationship with an adult. This isn't just about sex. This is about a child's mentality. This is about the way a child will look at the world versus the way the adult will look at the world. The way the child will think versus the way the adult will think. It's not about always the sexual. It's about the child being a goddamn child. The adult, if they are acting like a child, they are mentally retarded. A child is innocent. You keep your fucking hands off goddamn children. Why is that so fucking hard for you to grasp? You have no business touching a fucking child. You shouldn't have a son. You are a fucking danger to that son. I would want the police in your area to investigate you for sexual abuse against your child. Because of how you talk in this. Because of the way you framework it. And you try to act like an adult should be able to have a romantic relationship with a child. That is fucking sick.
Now again, I'm not trying to be an advocate or advocacy for relationships between men and grown men and children. But I think you're not looking into this more than skin deep when you're not looking at this situation. I found in a lot of my research, of different sexualities, different sexual natures, really polling my friends or being a party to situations. Sometimes it's about honest to goodness love.
There are so many red flags that go off with that honestly I really, really, really wish the police in your area would investigate you. I wish the FBI would watch this and do an investigation on you, because first of all, research on this, I would be real curious. Cite your source. Alright, you want to claim you're doing actual research on this? Cite your fucking source, Badcop69. That's number one. If you're doing actual research, cite your source. Number two, polling your friends. How the fuck does a conversation like that get fucking started? And how the fuck would your friends know jack shit about what type of relationship a pedophile would want with a child unless they fucking are pedophiles? Then there's the aspect, and you are fixing your glasses and being very careful in what you say when you say certain situations you've been a party to. What situations would they be? Would that be the molestation of a child? Because you are romanticizing, you're putting it into a framework. People don't look at it in the right framework. Well, let's look again at what a framework is. It is a set of assumptions, concepts, which are ideas, values, and practices that constitute a way of viewing reality. That is what you are doing. The framework you are building is a framework of a child molester. There is no fucking reason for an adult to be in a romantic relationship with a child. A child is not mentally equipped to deal with a relationship of that nature.